Hi everyone, welcome back to the Conflict Counselor. I'm your host, Chris Capocha, celebrating another little milestone today, our 30th episode. Very grateful for your support as I strive to help you avoid disputes and navigate conflict in daily living. If you're new to the podcast, I am the volunteer attorney mediator at the 47th District Court in Michigan, where I help folks settle all manner of disputes. As you might guess, a lot of the cases I mediate involve the sale of things, furniture, vehicles, real estate, you name it. And in many of these cases, two little words were included in the sales agreement, words which, nonetheless, had an enormous impact on the rights and responsibilities of the parties. We're talking about the notorious and legally significant words "as is." Today, we'll discuss what these words signify in the context of a sales transaction vis-a-vis the seller and the purchaser. The words "as is" commonly attach to the sale of a used vehicle, so we'll use this transaction as our example for discussion. From the standpoint of the seller, if a vehicle is sold as is, the seller makes no representation or warranty to the purchaser, express or implied, about the features, condition, history, or value of the car, whether known or unknown. In effect, the seller is saying to the purchaser, "It is what it is, take it or leave it." From the standpoint of the purchaser, if a vehicle is purchased as is, the purchaser acknowledges that the seller makes no representation or warranty, express or implied, about the features, condition, history, or value of the car, whether known or unknown. In effect, the purchaser is saying to the seller, "I understand that it is what it is, and I'll take it." In sum, when a vehicle is sold and purchased as is, the seller enjoys almost total protection from liability to the purchaser, who is prevented from making almost any claim against the seller. Now, I used the word "almost" in the last sentence because there is one scenario when the seller may be liable to the purchaser and the purchaser may have a claim against the seller. And that is when the seller conceals or fails to disclose a known defect with the vehicle. In that case, the words "as is" do not relieve the seller from liability for the fraud. As we said at the outset, these two significant words, "as is," often attach to other sales transactions involving such items as furniture, collectibles, even land. An as-is sale item is attractive to a purchaser because it may be less expensive than if the item was warranted or represented to be of a certain quality by the seller. Nonetheless, purchasers would be wise to engage the services of an expert, such as a mechanic, appraiser, or broker, when considering an as-is purchase. This is because there are two additional little words that should always attach to the as-is sale. Buyer beware. At the very least, purchasers should make a thorough inspection of the item to be purchased. Thank you for your time listening to the Conflict Counselor. The podcast may be heard on most social media. We greatly appreciate your likes and follows. Next time, we'll discuss the C word in navigating conflict. A word that often makes us apprehensive. A little hint, it's not cancer. See you then.